Greetings my friends, David Daniel here. Wonderful to be back with you. So in this week's video, I want to give you 3 roles that show up in almost every dramatic situation that we're dealing with. And this comes from something called Karpman's Drama Triangle. So some of you may be familiar with it, others are not. But I really want you to look for these 3 roles that are showing up to see, can I identify which role I might be playing? Can I identify the other actors in the system? And can I step out of my role or help to shift the system that I'm operating in so that these 3 roles aren't dominating? So get out your journals and let's take some notes. Really, the drama triangle rallies around the first of these roles, and that is the role of the victim. And the victim is someone who always has something happening to them. They're reactive. What they see in the world is problems. They're constantly looking at the way that life is knocking them down. And there's really this powerlessness to the victim role. And so as you think about your own life, can you think of examples where you feel yourself in your victim role? Where you feel like you're in almost a constant reactive state where life is happening to you. In an earlier video, we talked about the role of power and choice when it comes to misery. And when we feel we don't have any power or any choice in our lives, we feel miserable. Well, I believe that's really being a victim. And so look for times when you're being a victim or others are. So that's role number 1. Role number 2 that we see happening is persecutor. In order for there to be a victim, there has to be a persecutor. And victims either seek them out, or persecutors love being in the role of oppressing others, dominating others, really being in charge. And there's a fear to the persecutor, the fear of not being in control. And so you'll see the behavior of the persecutor being controlling, dominating, domineering. And the role of persecutor really can be powerful as a leader. We see a lot of leaders showing up as persecutors because in dominating others, they feel more powerful. But look for times when you're being a persecutor. Look for the way other people react to you. We've talked about that before. What's the energy you're getting back? Are you persecuting others and you may not even be conscious of it? You may not be aware of the way that your behavior is impacting others, and so ask. Ask other people, how do I show up? See if you might be showing up as a persecutor, especially in roles where you're leading something. So that's role number 2. Role number 3 is the rescuer. Rescuers love to come in and help the victim. They love to come in and make people feel better, enable. They're really comforting. But in many ways, what they're doing is they're allowing the victim to continue to be the victim. And so they swoop in, and without really helping to get to the underlying condition, they're just continuing to help and help and help and rescue. And it creates a powerlessness that reinforces the story for the victim. And in many ways reinforces the role of the persecutor. So what you can see here is you can see this swirling vortex that can start to happen, where victims continue to feel like victims because they're being persecuted and they're being rescued. And so think consciously about where you see these roles showing up in your life, in your work. How are you showing up? Ask yourself the question. Look back at other videos to see how belief systems might lead you to feel like a victim, or a persecutor, or a rescuer. The point now is to be aware of it. We'll talk later about how to change it once you're aware of it, but right now it's be aware. And as we think about the leaders that are really powerful in their lives, they're aware of the systems in which they're operating, and they're aware of the role that they're playing. So I'm going to leave you with that. These 3 roles. One is the victim, one is the persecutor, and one is the rescuer. Look for that in your life and see if you can name it, and that's the move. So go out every single day. Be fully present and aware in every moment. Be gentle and kind with yourself and with others, and be here now. Thank you.